All right, hello. We're here with Scythe. He's a champ three, but he's peaked at grand champ, and he's just trying to look to see how he can improve in threes. So we'll see how it goes. It's a challenging time to get any threes games in OC, but we'll see how it goes. All right, let's have a look.
Uh,
Okay, so if I'm solo queuing, I'm probably going to not face going to the ball, at least in the first kickoff. I'd probably
oh,
go I'd probably go back to goal. So you're facing this way, right? I'd probably go
mm,
back just just to make sure that their kickoffs are solid enough, you know? You don't want to start on the back foot right at the start, okay?
okay, that's
Just a tip for solo queuing. I like the fake challenge, but I'm assuming you're going to be confusing your teammate. Let's have a look at it from his perspective. Let's just have a look. So he's taking the boost. Yeah, he probably was about to go for it, and then what he's doing now is he's ball watching. You kind of
yeah,
cut him off what he was intending to do, right?
yeah, okay,
Okay. So he's kind of ball watching in a poor position because he's not actually defending the goal very well. Just a thing to think about. I'm happy for you to cut him off here, mainly because you don't know what level he's at right now. But just think about that. Make those decisions because he'll probably be out. If you commit to this, he's probably going to be not in the best position to figure out what happens next. Okay,
yeah,
so just have those thoughts if you're going to cut someone off. It's a decent enough touch. I like it because it's not in a dangerous position. You've kind of put it close enough to the wall so that he can't really get a good shot on it. Now, what I would say is what you've done here, which is kind of watch the play
yeah,
in Champ Three. Just go back to net, kind of defend the goal. So probably
mm,
sit near post here. Just in case what happens. I wouldn't be waiting for the outlet pass because I'm not expecting at Champ 3. The outlet pass is going to be very good. Okay?
yeah.
And in this case, obviously, it didn't. Leaves you in a little bit of an awkward situation, but you boom it. Where do you think, based off this, if you had it again, where do you think you would want to take it?
Um, probably, um, probably would have probably could have boomed it out more, like
Yeah, yeah. So
with
if in doubt, space. So the space lives here, right? So
yeah,
throwing it this way means that it's a pass to them almost, right? Throwing it here in this area right here means that you're probably going to get a free bounce, right? So it buys your team time, right?
yeah,
So the way that we kind of do that is obviously kind of you know go from this angle, right? So if you're coming here, this makes it a much easier ball to clear, right? And also means that uh, you have more angle to figure out what's about to happen if uh, because you're kind of ball watching here, but if you're here and you're coming in, then that means that you got a better angle to hit. Okay,
yeah,
because at champ 3 and low grand champ, what you want to try and do is make life easy for your team to recover. Okay, so
yeah,
this is a poor time because you have no boost. Your teammates, let's have a look. Uh, you know,
yeah.
it ain't looking good, right? So between the two of you, you have 18 boost. Okay,
Okay,
so
yeah,
this is a pressure push, pressure reliever. Okay,
that's what I need. Yeah,
and there you go. That's what happens. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, you have any questions with that first play?
No, I think it's all clear to me.
Cool, cool. So simple things are when you're making a touch, make it a thoughtful touch that puts your team in the best, advantage, right? Not just a,
Yeah,
a speed touch because you do have time in that play, right, to make it better clear. It doesn't even need to go that far forward. It just needs to go forward. Okay, that's it.
yeah, that's good.
Now, are you gonna speed flip? Let me.
Yeah,
It's a much more consistent speed flip than my speed flip, so I can't complain. But uh, I've given up on speed flips for a little bit. So they're not necessary to get to, especially on kickoffs. Like I'll just do a solid diagonal flip on my kickoffs, but I'll do speed flips on in open play because they're, I don't have to be as consistent with them. But yeah,
I can
seems
only
like a. Sorry.
I can only speed flip from one side.
Yeah.
So.
It's okay. You can speed flip better, more consistent than I can. Just a thought. You've got no boost here, so you've used up all your boost. So you're not relevant in the play in either twos or threes. You know,
Yeah.
right? There's nothing you can't threaten anything, right? Say if this ball kills closer to here, right? If you had a little bit of boost, you can sit behind the ball or do something. Okay, in both twos and threes.
Yeah.
Important to note. In twos, because I know you're also looking to get a little bit of advice in twos. If the ball is killed at kickoff, your first protocol is to sit behind the ball, and then if you have enough time, just do a quick rear flash to see if your teammates come behind you. That's probably your best point. That's just one thing that I've kind of learned. I've seen people do, which is leave the ball when the ball's killed, and it's just a terrible time for your teammate. Okay?
Yeah.
Cool. Now, you're kind of. What do you think is a better play here than what you've just done here?
Probably just going back post.
Okay, so the better play here is what I tell everyone from plat to onwards is to figure out your small boost pad path. Okay, so are you aware of like this basically this diamond that exists on the field? That's kind of like this, right?
Yeah.
Follow one of those, okay? So here it's kind of going like that, right? You pick up 24 boost or something like that, you're pretty solid to defend most things, right? Would you say?
Yeah.
But in your wisdom, you kind of left your basically you and your teammate are going for this boost, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, just think about that. Okay?
Yeah.
24 boost in this position, you're in a much more solid time, right?
Yeah.
Now what are you going to do with the play? Interesting. Okay, so Champ 3, low GC. Do you know what the play here is?
Probably just getting like dribbling, maybe. It's like a.
No. The
Mostly.
play is to put it on the backboard because no one's defending it.
Oh yeah.
Throw it in the backboard. You're in control of your positioning, right? And your teammate cleans up, right?
Yeah.
Low GC and below, you're pretty solid to kind of do this, and I'd say you have a more than 50% chance of score of getting a goal on it off it. Would you say?
Yeah, I would say that.
Okay, cool. It's also a safer play because you've thrown the ball forward, but you're still in a position to control whatever happens. Okay, but instead, we're gonna see you go from 100 to 0 probably pretty quickly. You haven't done badly, but it's pretty predictable. Like the easiest way to know this is predictable is to look at your opponent's perspective, right? Right? You're just going forward, basically. So all he has to do is predict you going forward, and he gets any single touch, he's basically good, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But I like the boost tonight, that's good. Now the boost flutter, not so good. You're already supersonic, no need to boost flutter, right?
Yeah.
Be aware of it. We'll all boost flutter, but just if you're aware of it, you'll boost flutter less, okay?
Yeah.
Now, what are you gonna say?
I was just gonna say I was basically just a pass.
Yes. So now this is where you need to be aware of what where space is before you go up for a ball, right? So you're kind of aware of spacing. So if I'm in your position here, I know that the back left has no one there, right?
Yeah.
Just from gut feeling. We haven't looked at the ball or haven't looked at anything, but because I've taken their boost pad there, it's unlikely that they're going to be there, so I'm just going to put the ball there.
Okay.
I'm right in this case. Obviously, the easiest one here is shoot at goal, but you can't always get the most power, but you want to throw it into space at least, okay?
Yeah.
Let's have a look to see. Let's just go back a bit. Awkward ball. Honestly, you read the bounce better than I was expecting. So yeah, just think about where you're placing the ball. Make solid contact, but think about placing the ball. Because even if you do a weak touch to your left hand side, it's a pretty free opportunity for your teammate, right?
Yeah, I feel like I have some problems with getting powerful touches on aerials like that.
Yeah, yeah. But the point here is you don't need a powerful touch on the aerial. You just need
Oh
to
yeah,
put it. You need to place it in the right spot so that your teammate can do the rest, right?
yeah,
It's highly unlikely here to get because because honestly, the only way you can improve that is by hitting it with the corner of your car. Really, you got it
yeah,
with the front of your car, which is pretty good already. But yeah, corner of the car is the only way you get more power. But that's you're increasing the level of difficulty. The easy shot is you don't have to go don't you don't have to be a hero in threes, right?
yeah.
So yeah. Cause let's see if where your teammate was. I actually have no idea. Yeah, I would say some likelihood that he beats UV to the ball. Unlike maybe not, but pressure, right? You maintain pressure.
Yeah,
Cool. In threes, especially, the important thing here is to maintain pressure, because people are pretty good with their one-off saves, but once you have them on low boost or making repeated saves, their chance of saving it becomes less. So if you can keep it in their half, you better chance of scoring. Okay.
yeah,
Now, I'm not sure if I'd follow this touch. I'd assume my teammates on the other side, right? And
yeah,
I'm going to assume as your teammate that you're going to go back, right?
yeah,
So here, be a little bit more predictable. Let your teammate have whatever is about to happen. Let's have a look to see where your teammate is. Yeah, right? He's in a better position to help to do this play, right? But you cut him off.
yeah,
Now, in this scenario, it's not an issue as much, but these little hesitations that you've kind of added to your teammates' games are what, those that half second,
yeah,
in other opportunities. So yeah, just try and guess at least, or even if you don't get it right every time, try and figure out where your teammate is, basically, right? Almost figure out where you'd position if you're a third man, right? And then assume that them at Chev 3 will have at least a little bit of sense to be there, right?
yeah.
Okay, cool. I like you being aggressive on the play, but you need to beat the guy to the ball, okay? There's no way this touch you're gonna have it free, okay? So just beat him to the ball. That's it, right?
Yeah, I kind of hesitate a bit there.
Okay.
Whether to go on.
Yeah, perfect. But the thing is, if you're gonna be aggressive, you can't hesitate, right?
Yeah,
There's either be passive or be aggressive. Don't do the middle stuff, right? Because basically, in essence, yes, you get access to the ball, but the beating of the person would put them on a far more uncomfortable time, right? Yeah. And obviously, there, proof and concept, he's not giving you time on the ball, right? Now get out. So important to note: get out. If you're gonna get out, just get out. Because if you kind of you see that? Do you see how much hesitation's happening?
yeah,
If you boost or flip out, he knows you're not being part of the play. But because you're kind of watching the play and you're like, oh, I need to be relevant in every play in threes, you're kind of forcing your teammate to play around that, right? Look at that, right?
yeah.
Cool. Point towards your goal here, okay?
Yeah,
You're kind of using a lot of boost here. Do you need to use a lot of boost here, right? Use a bit of drift. You get around the corner a little bit more, okay?
yeah,
because you kind of used 40 doing nothing, really, right? Because in the end, what you're doing is being patient with on the ball anyway. So you've used half your boost doing nothing. I like the challenge, but you do better when you have more boost here, right? To challenge. Yeah. You get better at doing that. Now, the thing is, don't... You see your teammate near the boost, you go straight to goal, okay?
Yeah. That's good.
You see no one defending, you need to get in there.
Yeah. I did make a lot of mistakes early game.
That's okay. I'm pointing out these mistakes because if you solve half the mistakes, you'll be back in Grand Champ. You know?
Yeah.
Now you can see why I especially in Champ 3, I think go back to goal, right? For your when you're doing these boost grabs on the left and right, okay? Because you can see every one of them has gone terribly. You know, you read it. That's better than most people at this level would. So it's good, but obviously, where do you think is safer?
Probably behind me.
So safest point probably is to hit it into this corner and have it roll up. Okay.
Yeah.
Nicest thing is to go there, but it's an awkward play. If you can get a touch, this is a much easier play to make, right?
Yep.
So yeah. And you can see what's happened because of it, right? So
Yeah.
I think you're really good at getting a touch, but you need to be more thoughtful about what that touch is going to be, right? Think about the consequences of the touch that you're about to do.
Yeah.
Because I think you got good reactions and your mechanics are definitely more solid than the average Champ 3 in OC. I think what's letting you down is a little bit your decision making, especially when to rotate and when you're bull watching and where you're placing the ball.
Yeah.
You're almost playing it a bit like twos, actually, I feel like. Do you play more twos than you do threes?
I used to play more twos and threes, and I started playing threes more this season, so it's probably
Yeah.
why. Yeah.
I feel the twos rotation coming in, you know?
Yeah.
It's definitely a tough one. The easiest things to understand are you can be more aggressive in threes as first man, but you need to rotate faster out as in threes. That's the simple way, right?
Yeah.
Now, obviously, find the small, that boost diamond I was talking about. You got to go on that boost diamond, right? You'll pick up 24 boost. This is a much easier thing to defend at, right? You do a good job, but if you had 12 boost, you do a better job, right?
Yeah.
And also, honestly, he should have challenged you far earlier. Low Grand Champ, they'll challenge you for all money.
Yeah. It's quite bad that I do pick up some pads of that.
Yeah. Just be more aware, because it'll help you both in threes and twos to be more relevant in the play. Like, these are good saves. Obviously, you saved it, but putting it in the corner is the better idea, but you're stretching for it. What a incredible bump. Totally calculated, right? Now,
Leaving back post.
who are you in this play? What, first, second, or third man here?
And
Sorry?
last.
Yeah,
third
your
man.
last man, right? So where do you think you need to be?
Back in net.
Yeah. So in this play, I'd be sitting inside the goal like this. Okay.
Yeah.
Let your teammates handle because this weakest spot here is on top of you, right? But you can hope that your teammates defend the backboard, right? But this is a much better, safer place to defend, right?
Yeah.
I'm amazed that didn't go in, but you can see you'd be in a position to defend it here, right? Rather than where you are.
Yeah.
Like, I like how confident you are in flying up for the balls. This is good. Like, I feel like have you been practicing a bunch with your aerial shots and hits?
Yeah.
Because your takeoff's cleaner than my takeoff. I'm not gonna lie. So I can feel the confidence of you being able to go up and fly up to the right trajectory, which is good. But obviously, you know, your teammate there. But you got to also realize can your teammate see you here?
No, he can't.
So, you know, I can see why he would go up for that, right? Let's look at it from his perspective. Because the important thing here is to figure out what your teammate can see and what he's intending to do, right?
Yeah.
You can see perfectly valid why he went up for it. Not the right decision, because this is definitely for your teammate back. But I don't know if I trust my teammate, who's last man, to fly up for this when it's kind of gone up very quickly up. You know?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So, good. You pick up the middles. That's good. I like it. Yeah. Sometimes it's better to pull out of play, you know? When you see your teammate go up, get out of there, right? Okay. Boost path, right? Boost path. You got the boost path? You're getting it. You missed one, but that's okay. The effort is there. The intent.
Yeah.
No, the intent. That's good. That's good. You just gotta practice it a bit more. And don't always think that you have to go for a speed flip. You can go for a front flip, right? More predictable play guarantees you pick up the little boost pads. Do you need that extra little speed that you need for a diagonal, speed flip, right? I'm glad that you're trying to get to net. It's good. Obviously, you get bumped, so it makes it a little harder. I'm not sure if I had gone for the boost. Let's see how much boost you had. Yeah. I'm not sure if I had gone for the boost, because I'm going to assume my teammate wants to go for that boost, right?
Yeah.
Cool. That's good. That's good that you. So this is kind of like car body language. If you flip back, they know that you're not going for it, right? So they know they can be aggressive. So this is good car body language. There you go. Look at that.
I think we started coming back after that goal.
Yeah.
So.
But you can feel, because you're getting out of their way a bit, or when you're no longer going to be in the play and you're committing more body language that you're not going to be part of the play. That's why it's helping.
Yeah.
You don't have to be relevant in every play in threes. Now for cheats, either full cheat with a flip or don't. Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. I like the flipping. I would say you probably wanted, if it was me, I'd be jumping for this ball right here. But you also have to realize, I can realize that you're trying to cover back post, right? Because you're like worried it might go in. Would you say?
What's that, sorry?
You're worried that you're trying to cover back post here just in case the ball gets past your teammate, right?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You can? Okay. So you're going to net here, right? To defend.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's why you're kind of committing hard close. But I would definitely jump there to block the shot, because that's a free shot and goal. Okay?
Yeah.
Luckily, he didn't. I like the attempt at slow playing the ball, but you gotta speed up how you catch the ball, right?
Yeah.
A little bit.
That was a failed 45-degree.
It's okay. I mean, I think I'd do the opposite. I'd flip the other way. So I'd much rather throw this to behind UV, because it'll be more awkward for him, right? So just flip, left flip flick. Yes.
Yeah.
Brain is hard, Do you think you were forced to do it this way, or did you put it on this side?
I just put it on that side because it's just preferred for me.
Okay. Is that because you have an arrow left, arrow right thing going?
Yeah. I usually I use arrow rights.
Makes sense. But here, flick the other way is a better idea, okay?
Yeah.
Because you can see
Okay.
this is a much easier touch for him, right?
Like, yeah, I'm gonna need to flip this on the other side.
Yeah. I can understand because you feel more safe on that side, right? You feel confident, but the only way you can bring confidence onto it is to flick on both sides, right? What I tend to do to get better at it is I'll do it in free play and I'll keep flicking and then catching and then flicking and catching basically the entire time for like 5 minutes. Makes me feel confident on both sides, and I'm trying to flick as quickly as I can. Then it teaches me at the same time what the threshold is when I feel like I'm confident I can flick it. You know,
Okay.
that's a good challenge. Like it. Nice solid challenge. Cannot be sad about that. Good 50. I like it. Man, your kickoffs are so much better than my kickoffs. Oh, it's devastating for me. Is that from playing ones or just you really practice it a lot in twos?
I just practice it a lot in free play.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. How do you practice it in free play? Because how do you know when it's a good kickoff?
Um, I just know like to get it like a good 50 on kickoffs, just need to hit the middle of the ball. Because
Mhm.
if the opponent hits the edge of the ball, it will just go flying towards your side. So
Cool.
I just aim to hit the middle of
I like it. I like the hassling. Yeah. But kind of hassle, but also realize how little boost you have, right? If you can, try and keep at least 12 to 20 boost in reserve, right, for a play. Okay, now figure out that you're not going to get to the ball, and you figure out that your teammate's going to go for this. What do you think? You see this picture. What do you think you should do here?
Probably get back because Al's also pushing a bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now your teammate realizes this, but you know, you don't know if your teammate will realize that every time.
Yeah.
Okay. Common issue, you keep going forward, right?
Yeah.
You're going slow and you keep creeping forward. Cut yourself out of that, okay? Because the closer you get, the more committed you are to a certain thing, right? And you're last man, right?
Yeah.
Because this guy could slam this into your goal if he's better at the game, right?
Yeah.
And he does. There you go.
Yeah.
I wasn't even looking at that timeline. There you go. Oh man, I hate when I'm so right. All right. Position yourself as third man behind the line. Vast majority of the time is the safest thing. Okay.
Yeah.
You still have to creep forward. The way I do it is I'll drive instead of creeping forward, I'll drive this way and then go back and then drive this way. Much safer.
I think I should probably do that because like I have a habit of just holding accelerate the whole time. So.
Yeah. I do that because it's a decent habit because you want to keep momentum. Okay.
Yeah.
But the reason why I do the side to side is because you can turn on a dime to get back to your goal or go forward, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because what you're doing is you're facing backwards, but you're not actually backwards enough to if a giant 50 happens, you can't defend, right?
Yeah.
Now, do you need the boost?
No.
Who do you think needs the boost here?
My teammate rotating back.
Okay, so if you have say 40 or more boosts, leave the boost for your teammate. Okay. Because all you in essence you've done is made this 50 worse, right? And that boost that you took, you've used it already, right? Good, but you probably fucked with your teammate here, right?
Yeah.
You've done the right thing and realized it, but what is the right thing? Like, do you see how confusing as a teammate this would be?
Yeah.
That's why he screws it up. Now, that isn't, he should make that, but I tense up, right? in that position because I'm like, I'm not sure what's happening. But if I see my teammate leave, it's kind of like free play, right?
Yeah.
Just me and the ball. Okay. So these little things and body posture things that I'm talking about are like real key as you get higher and higher, because that's how your teammate knows what's happening, right? Because they almost have to be predicting what you're going to do instead of being reactive to what you do, right? As you get higher and higher, right?
Okay. I think we're kind of like really close here.
Sorry?
I think we made this game really close.
Yeah. Oh man. Classic Champ 3 OC. Incredible. Cheat here, right? Yes, good. You're cheating. Now, do a diagonal flip cheat, not a front flip cheat, okay?
Okay.
Cool. All right. Do you have any questions?
I think it's all clear to me.
Yeah. So if I summed it up, third man, you're pushing, you're kind of driving forward mindlessly.
Yeah.
Second thing is pick up those little boost pads a little bit more and try and keep some in reserve, like 10 to 20. Makes you more relevant in a play.
Yeah.
When you're going out for a ball, before you go out for the ball, think about where you're going to put it, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
And if in doubt, and you're on the defense, put it into your corners is probably the safest thing to do, okay?
Yeah.
Your flick game, I think you're relying on one side, like we said, so rely on both sides. In terms of how I tend to do it, what I do is the way I practice my flicks are I go like this, and then I try and figure out where the ball's going, right? And get it on my head, and then try and flick it, then
Yeah.
and then kind of keep doing that, right? And then if I flick it up, right? Then I'll just try and catch it on my head, right? So I try and get to it, right? You see that? So you're constantly trying to force yourself to get a little bit uncomfortable, but also trying to get yourself to understand, when you can flick it, right?
Yeah.
Okay?
Mine coming out though. It's really-
Cool. Any last questions before I stop the recording?
I don't think I have any more questions.
Cool.